Yep, time to cancel stream. So, we have successfully navigated the Rule Zero violators. So far, yes, Jesse's Mask, admittedly. I'm not gonna lie and say it's the greatest game in history of the ever. God, no, why would I do that, Dark Day? That would be awful. At that point, I'd just be every other streamer in the world. It actually irritates me just a little bit when I see streamers who will just show up on whatever they were wearing that day with no thought or reason put into it. Just, hey, it's my shirt. Really, Dakota? That's funny. I wonder what actually muted it. No, Blue Dragon EXE. I decided just to not review part of the game out of sheer vindictive spite, and for no other reason. I was just filled with infinite hatred towards content. I don't know how to be more sarcastic. I'm sorry. Poor Crystal's title did it. These stupid things. Every time I see one of them, I just have a little bit of PTSD. Just a little, you know? It's Pavlovian at this point. Hey, there's a circle thing. Ah! Not really. They're the exact same thing, act. One's visual, one's audible. But they're the exact same thing. Thank you, Samurai Jack. Always appreciate. And if you want to put that towards up to 3 things, please let me know. Okay. Actually, that's an interesting question. Can we think of a game that has both Raspberry Jam and Beetle Leaps? There probably is one somewhere, but I admit I'm not coming up with anything off the top of my head. Damn it, Dark Day. Well, have some good sleeps, and thank you very much for your support. And I will jot that down. For the Doom block. Quest 11S, GTA 6. Something I have not been getting a lot of lately. No, at least I don't think so. If the Doom block is funded, it's on the website. Because I update those the moment they get funded. You got it, Samurai Check. So that's Kakarot, Pokemon Violet. What is AC Shadows? But what is it? The new one, is that out? Either way, it's not on the list, so I will, if you're adding something new to the list, you can only add one thing, so I will put that towards Assassin's Creed Shadows. And nothing else. It's the only exception to the plural rule. You can't add 3 games to the list. Or 2 games, or you get it. Okay, I can't shoot over there. Get some good rest, Dark Day. Okay, so now... Yes, it does, Novarius. Thank you. Engagement always helps. So, speaking of which, thank you for those of you who are commenting on the VODs. Because, as I mentioned, engagement helps. Even if you have nothing really to say, leaving a comment does support, and I appreciate every single one of you who do. Pumpernickel. Alright, let's see here. Okay, before we do that, let's reset the position of this. And let's see what's down the pit. Okay, apparently Doom is funded, in which case Doom is in fact funded. I'm not known to be much of a liar. So if you want to pick something else, Darktail, let me know. You know, I like this song, but it is way too short of a loop for what this is. God. I suppose that's true of all these games, isn't it? Dick move, game. Knock that over while we're here. I like how we're on Dungeon 3. We're already getting much more complex with dungeon design. There's a lot of interweaving going on here. And a lot higher density of puzzles. Resident Evil, you got it, Dark Day. Very true, Dark Ray. It's very, very rare. Very rare that I see an older game that just nails it on the music axis. Unless that game has Mega Man in the title. That's not even a joke. Mega Man games are some of the very, very few games that manage to nail the music axis. In the 80s, right? I have not, actually, Euro. The extremes never actually hit my my radar. I never actually owned a Game Boy back then. I just had a Game Boy Color. Then I sold it for food money. That was a waste of bombs. Jeez Louise. Bombs, bombs, bombs. Thank you. Take it. Ooh, so believe it or not, I do have a bit of a pre-designed answer to that question, Samurai Jack. If you're just starting with WoW, so first of all, you make your brand new character, and it's like, hey, do the tutorial, and then it's like, go do BFA. Don't go do BFA. I know there's a quest guiding you there, just ignore it. There's a little gnome in your starting city who is going to be named Chromie. She should be visible on the map. If not, I can guide you to her. But either way, she gives you the ability to go try out the previous expansions in whatever order you choose to. Now, which expansion you do first is heavily debatable and argued and blah, 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 but no. It's Pandaria. You should go try out Pandaria. If you like Pandaria, then you like WoW. Now, what class and what species? So, first of all, species doesn't really matter. All it determines is which side you're on. That's weird. So, you know, Horde or Alliance, and it doesn't matter. It changes the quests. In some cases, it changes the order of actions. But neither side is really superior to the other. Just pick whichever one you want. Class-wise, that's much trickier. So the classes are in a better place than they've been in a very long time. Hang on, I'm going to go try something else before I go do that. But the best newbie class I've ever come up with is and always has been the Hunter. In fact, specifically a Beast Spec Hunter is what I usually recommend people for trying out the game for the very first time. It has a lot of things going for it. It's a very mobile class. And it has enough depth to it to get you into the mode of how WoW operates without completely overwhelming you with mechanics that will completely overwhelm you. It's ranged, and it's mobile. It also has good solo potential because your pet can tank for you. Okay. Well, that's not what I wanted to happen, but whatever. We got the map now. Yay, it was worth it. It wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it, Captain. Okay, let's finally go north. We've gotten a key. Most of that side diversion was all about was getting a key. Stolen soldiers do not fear swords. Yeah, I figured that out, thanks. Is it possible to play a human on the Horde? No. Is it possible to play an orc on the Alliance? No. Should it be? Yes. We are... almost 20 years out, I'd say, at this point. From the point at which the factions should have gone away. Maybe longer. Like, the thing is, the factions shouldn't have existed in vanilla. That's not even a joke. That's not presumption. The faction system should not have existed in vanilla. It was added artificially to the game to produce a PvP element, which was considered necessary at the time because it was 2004 and programming was hard. What's really funny, for those of you who are aware, is that nowadays you can PvP regardless of faction. It's completely agnostic to faction. So, yay. God damn your random pathing. Oh my god, I'm gonna fail at this because I can't hit this guy! Jesus, with my last freaking bomb. I feel like you're being sarcastic there, I don't know, I'm just getting a vibe. Completely out of bombs. I suppose I could see how open world PvP would be exciting. To me, it's just an interruption. Like, I'm off questing and some dude shows up and kills me in the middle of the quest, and I'm like, okay. It's kind of a form of padding, if you think about it in that way. It is something getting in the way of me playing the game. But then, I've said for years, PvP just has nothing for me. Never has. See, the other side of that, too, is, generally speaking, the person killing you is higher level than you. And especially in vanilla, that means they win. Like, there's no outskilling that. So... Generally speaking, if someone has decided to make you their personal punching bag for the day, the only thing you could do is quit playing for the day and go do something else. Hell, we actually saw a little bit of that very briefly during the Wild Lore run. Now, the thing that happened in the Wild Lore run actually can't happen anymore. But back then, you could just identify, you know, a mission-critical NPC and then just go camp them and kill them so that nobody could do an entire zone's worth of quests. They haven't done that. Like I said, you can't do that anymore. Unless you're on a PvP server, in which case you sort of had that coming. Like, you know what you're getting into when you get on a PvP server. You got the seed shooter. Oh, that was fast. A little bit different than the one from the other game. Because the other game, it was a slingshot, but here, we can actually ricochet shots, which is going to be important. Also, a really minor touch I haven't actually commented on yet. When you pick up a pickup in this game, whether it is a bomb or a seed or whatever. Really? I just did this. It comes with multiple. It's not just one seed you get. I think you get 4 or something like that. Just a way to limit the need to grind or farm items if you're low on something. It's a nice touch. So now we're trying to ricochet. It should be the 4th one, I think. Yep. Hey, Monk Boddington. Wait, why am I giving you KFC? No! Fine, here you go. Have some delicious fried chicken. Have some seasonings. Thank you for the sub. And as usual, if you want to put the towards up to 3 things, please let me know. Alright. So we go down? Dealer's choice. You got it. Sweet. A seed. I think it wants me to go down. And I am correct. Hey, Nero says. Hopefully your day is going well. Shoot over the things? No, I actually do specifically want Ember Seeds here. I cannot. Okay. Yeah, no. Okay. I swore I could move these, and I can't. How the hell do I get that second one? Okay. Yeah, it needs to bounce one more time for that to work, so that's not going to happen. Okay. This. Nope. Yeah, there is a Switch 2 coming out about next March or so. There's us. Just something to think about. Yeah, let's just try every single block individually. No? Nope. Yeah, hold on. To the walkthrough. I wouldn't do this, but I'm really low on seeds, and I don't want to waste them. So where are we? We are in the Moonlit Grotto. We're pretty far into the Moonlit Grotto. Here we go. Oh, this is an optional thing. It's just for a seed. Oh, screw this noise, then. I'm out! Probably ISE. That would be most likely, in my opinion. However, Nintendo does whatever the hell they feel like. So, I could be extraordinarily wrong there. But yeah, I am predicting the Switch 2, which is why I'm calling it that. Better hardware. Probably better battery life. Probably one new gimmick nobody asked for. Guess that's normal. I swear to God, if they call it the Switch U. I mean, they might not fix the Joy-Con drift, since they refused to legally acknowledge that it even exists. As long as I'm underground, your attacks don't scare me. And he's dead. Pretty far into the dungeon to get that. We don't have the key yet, do we? We do not. But yeah, it would actually be financial sabotage, for lack of a better way to put that, if the Switch 2 is not backwards compatible. And there's no technical reason for it to not be backwards compatible, too. Switch games are one step away from being PC games anyways. They're just on an SD card. Introducing the Switch. Why do we call it that? Listen, our marketing department is brain dead, okay? Hey, Dr. Winter. The Switch X. The Switch Extreme. There you go. Perfect. I love it. I mean, Super Switch is actually probably one of the best ideas they could go with if they want to retain that particular brand recognition. And I mean that. It's a Super Switch. There you go. Boom. Done. It worked on the SNES for the exact same reason. Really, game? Okay. but... I can't go right. Now featuring Dante from Devil May Cry. Really, Yura? Wow. What? That's a new one to me, I see. This is a hell of a roundabout way to do this. Okay, so now we go back down, but I need to go back down to the right spot. But there's only one spot to go down in, I think. That's funny, Dr. Winter. Sort of sad. Still funny. This just puts me right back here. Unless that's the idea. Oh god, that is the idea, isn't it? How do I... Yeah, isn't Switch currently in the number 3 spot for consoles, like, ever? Yeah, PS2, DS, and Switch, and that's just from memory. I'd have to look it up. I imagine the PS2 will reign supreme for a very long time. I'm gonna look it up. I don't know where to go. Apparently. Okay, it says I missed something, which is pretty normal. Jesus, only Dungeon 3. Yeah, exactly, Darkrai. I mean, I did, Yura, but most of it was just fluff. Not really that interesting. The DS I'm not sure about. Truthfully. I mean, Lord knows the DS was a good handheld, and it was, but, like, so was the GBA, or the SP, more accurately. And so was the 3DS. But they didn't absolutely explode the way that the DS did. Like, the DS bump is real, you know? Loner. But I don't have the big door yet. Oh. Well, ask me again after we finish this review series, and I'll be able to answer you really definitively, Yura. Yeah, okay. So, let me explain why I don't like those rotating door things. If you go through a rotating door thing, it then goes in that direction and then switches direction. To explain that very, very briefly, if you go in, it chunks to the left, and now it'll rotate clockwise. If you go in again, it rotates clockwise, and now it'll rotate counterclockwise. What that means, generally speaking, is to get the way you want to go in to set it in the right position, and then go through the rest of the dungeon to then be able to go the right way. That's what I've been stuck on, is how do I get it into the right position. Apparently what I needed to do was get that key, which I just got, so now I can go right. But you've been paying attention, I don't blame you. If you haven't been, that's been what I've been stuck on, is trying to figure out how to go right. The boss door key thing. We might actually be able to beat the dungeon now. Having said that, what do you want to bet the way is shut, and we're gonna have to go the long way around? Any bets? Any bets? Actually, I did know that, Yura, although only this morning. Last night was a thing. Hey, the shortcut is actually there. Holy crap. I'm actually kind of shocked by that. You cannot see who I am, for I am your shadow. Okay. No, the other ones are in the wash, sir. New gimmick for the Switch, too. It's got to be something stupid, because it's never something worthwhile or good. I'm trying to think of something that's be realistic, because I can think of some stupid stuff. Please drop a heart. Multi-card games. Oh, God. Oh, God, the Kinect. I mean, Lord knows they've been really big on motion controls for a really long time at this point. Oh, you know what would actually be the worst? You know something that would probably make me actually not pick up a Switch 2? Mandatory VR. I would also accept, you know, some kind of AI bot thing like Cortana. Yeah, at least the 3D and the 3DS was not mandatory. That's how I tolerated that nonsense. Yeah, if the 3D wasn't optional on the 3DS, that would have been a non-starter too. For pretty much the same reason. The echoing howl in Essence of Time. And it echoes across the plains to Insolent Hearts? What? Anyways. Meanwhile, actual cutscenes. Ambi's tower will soon be complete. Once Ambi's tower is done, history shall remember me as the greatest of queens. No, that's Sylvando. Good morning, King Duty 3. Things are not going well. The Black Tower's nearing completion in the past. Terrible things will happen if you don't hurry. I hear an essence echoing from the peaks northwest of the city. Can you go? Sure. Why not? Look at the past of this huge fish washed ashore. It looks fresh and tasty. Redfish has very exciting flavor. Ember seeds. Will you trade ember seeds for our fish? Sure. Yeah, they're ember seeds. I was almost eaten. I'm Dimitri. I can swim in the sea. Are you going somewhere? I can give you a ride. Cool. Well, let's explore a little bit while we're here. See all the amazing sights to be seen in the ocean. It's very realistic so far. In the ocean so far there is nothing. We all know I crave realism in my video games. I've been seeing all kinds of rumors, leaks, and resources about the Switch too, but honestly, I wouldn't buy into any of that right now. The only predictions I have about the Switch 2 have to do with marketing data, economics, and infrastructure. Don't think I would actually trust anything else. Having said that, it would not surprise me if they go into VR. Because it's Nintendo, and they always go into something stupid. And then their launch titles mandate using that something stupid. And then most other titles then have like one thing, one mechanic in that particular game, which uses the stupid thing. And then otherwise they just focus on making games again. This cycle has repeated for forever at this point. Okay, northwest. Refill our seeds, first of all. The tower's getting taller. Is it just me? I see some animals all really like people. Yeah. AR wouldn't bother me that much. They actually had that in the 3DS, if you remember. Anybody who's played Bravely Default knows what I'm talking about there. Remember Mayor Rule? Yes. I want you to tell this secret to Mayor Rule. Sure thing, buddy. Yep, definitely doing that. Oh god, don't even, King DD3. Yeah, the Rumble Pack. Like I said, they've been doing the gimmick thing since the N64. Arguably since the Game Boy, although that's getting a little technically. But the Game Boy did have a gimmick. It was a handheld console. But no, the N64 is when they really started leaning into gimmicks. How many of you remember that the GameCube actually has 3D functionality? And it was something they were going to push more. Laura, great timing. This bird just told me that Zelda's on her way to Lena Village. So I came to meet her, but... oh, what a mess. A red monster appeared right before my eyes and carried Zelda off. Impa. It flew towards the tower. What am I to do? Zelda's a symbol of hope. If anything happens to her, all hope will be lost. Uh-huh. You must save Zelda. Please, you must find a way to save Zelda. I guess. That's true. Duck Hunt kind of had a gimmick, but now we're really getting into technicalities at that point. Turtle works faster than you. You're too late, Lore. You did me a favor at Holodrum. I've been taking the princess you've been looking for. Think you could save her? Try! Alright, everyone. This is going to be one of the most dangerous things we've ever done. Let me get my feather equipped here. Okay. Let's do it. It's time to play Donkey Kong. No, seriously, this is Donkey Kong. That was hurt. I don't think this is over. Thank you for rescuing me. My name is Zelda. You are Lore, right? I knew at first glance. Take this for thanks for equipping me. Yay, you got a ring. That's the blue ring, which we will never equip, because you can only equip one ring at a time. Oh, you're safe. I was so worried. Why did you come alone to such a dangerous place? I'm sorry I made you worry, but I saw it. A world filled with sorrow and despair. Withering away. Lore, the Triforce on your hand is the mark of a hero we can't live around. Do as you please, and let the Twin Rover destroy the world. Please chase the darkness away with your mighty hand and protect this land. Please, please. Lore's taken it, so there's nothing to fear, right? For now, we must hide in Neru's house and wait word from Lore. Lore, you were heading to the mountains to the northwest. I heard there's a trail west of here. Be careful. Lore, I always hope for your safe return. I mean, came back last time. And the time before that. So the timeline in this case, as usual, there's the official timeline, which is nonsense, which I'm not going to report on. But the actual timeline here is LTTP, then Oracle of Seasons, then this one. After this is Link Between Worlds, then 1, then 2. That would be funny, Chill Penguin. Did you heal me? My one true love. For real, like, heals, please. Could really use some of those fairies that are supposed to be here at some point in the game. Oh, thank God. And yes, that's actually the first time we see Zelda in the Game Boy games, is when... I mean, technically there was Marin in Link's Awakening, but yes, this is the first time we see Zelda. You'll notice she does look different than Marin. Different sprite. And yes, we're still stuck in the Game Boy for the immediate duration. After this, we'll be playing a Game Boy Advance game. Or a DS game, I forget which. I think it was GBA? Someone check me on that. Pretty sure it was a GBA. But it's really sad that I don't remember. And you probably think, how could you not remember? Well, that's actually easy. Because I played it on a DS. I think you're right, though. I think it is GBA. Yes, it was on the PSP. That would be funny. Die, Maple. Maple? Damn. No joy. I was told today that if, since I've unlocked the shop, she might actually start dropping potions. Let's already have a potion? I do not currently have a potion. Okay. Could you, like, not be right there? Thanks. Yeah, I'm curious how Minish is going to handle. I have very few memories of Minish, because I only played it the one time for the show. So we'll see. I don't know. Oh, that hurts. Oh, that hurts. Come on, Nick. Lazy, worthless fools. Just as we're building this bridge to the Symmetry City, they go and break. Oh, wait, no, wait, but they don't come back. We'll never get the bridge done this rate. I go find it, but the terrain is too rough. A man can't navigate it on his own. You know, that could be a noble name. And it's not like we haven't had cross-pollination between Square and Capcom before. Well, I also remember Minish being one of the shorter ones. In fact, it would not surprise me if Minish is actually shorter than the GBC ones, which are about 16 to 17 hours each. Although, who knows, Ages might be shorter than Seasons was. Seasons sure had a lot of padding. Like, a lot of padding. I say as I'm currently going through what might be argued to be a padding section. Although, having said that, you remember how I've said, like, twice now, that I don't remember anything about Age of Seasons, and all my memories of these games are about Oracle of Ages? Well, I think I'm wrong, because I was processing that last night, and I think there actually is one part about Seasons that I remember distinctly, and it was that one loop that I actually had trouble with on camera, if you're paying attention, where I couldn't figure out how to reach a specific spot on the world map. And I have distinct memories of being stuck there back in the day, and then trying to figure out where the hell I was going. Alright, so I thought I was going to have Ricky for this section, but obviously not. Quite possible, Melkor Blade, but as I'd mentioned before, I had no memory of any of the story beats or dungeons of Seasons. Not one. I kept waiting to recognize something in that playthrough. I never did. Yes, so Minish is functionally on its own. Even though it does connect to Four Swords Adventures, it kinda doesn't. You know what I mean? Like, it might as well not actually be a part of Four Swords. Goddamn game. Come on. And yeah, now we need the frickin'... Where's Ricky? Okay. Ricky, you have failed me for the last time. I am not a Jedi like my father before me. Yeah, Minish has a lot of grind. We'll talk about that when we get there. I honestly barely even notice it act. I think the fact that it's so quick helps. And I mean that. Like, imagine if I hit pause, and there's a... And I'm like, okay, switch. And then I unpause. And it does that. That would get extremely old. Don't mistake me, I'm not a fan of constantly having to open the menu. But it could be a lot worse. In this case, I think this is more an absence of a positive situation. Without some kind of shortcutting or... An animal with gloves on got lost in our forest and can't get out. We're playing a little trick, but now it'll never get out. Can you help us find it? Okay. Thanks, fairy thing. Well, Breath of the Wild had the shortcut thing. However, Breath of the Wild also interrupted combat regularly with the shortcut thing as a consequence of the durability problem. Exactly, Darkrai. I was about to say, we've played Ocarina. We know how bad this can get. Wait, mister, this way. Okay, I'm coming. Jeez. Fairies, God. Hello? I see your quest has brought you to Labrina. Can I ask a favor of you? There should be a great fairy behind the falls in the temple, and yes, I'll totally go and play the other game now. Definitely gonna happen. Wink. We didn't mean to be such trouble, really. It's deep in the woods. You don't even know where it is. Yes, I understand. You're Fae. You don't really have... You don't mean to be trouble. You just are. What's with you in the 80s, Europe? Also, my knee-jerk thought was no. But hang on. Hang on. Cyberpunk Zelda. Think about it. This leads that way, that goes... I don't know. What's going on? Thor, why are you here? Mister, you found it. Okay, we'll take you to the edge of the forest. Woo! You won't get lost here. Sorry, we didn't mean it, but seeking is more fun than hiding. I want to do it again. Next time will be harder. Come play with us again, okay? Bye! I still don't get it, but you helped me out, so... You really are my best friend. I want to go adventuring with you like we did in Holodrum. Here, take this flute. Okay. Yeah, wake up, Hellion. We got a city to bomb. I'm not really joking, though. I do think a tech sci-fi focused Zelda could absolutely work. It would take some care and it would take some work. And I'm going to say this as nicely as I possibly can. Normies would hate it. You know, non-gamers who buy Zelda games because they're popular to buy. They'd be like, oh, this is terrible. But I have a feeling that could be made to work. He says to build a bridge to the Symmetry City ruins, but it's not like anyone's waiting for us to use it. There's no rush, don't you think? So, go. I mean, Zelda games are usually one of the games that non-gamers tend to buy, so I'm gonna go with yes. I see. Right up there with Mario games, Pokemon games, and Animal Crossing games. Well, hang on, Ryman. Obviously, this isn't really applicable to this game. However, I could tell you exactly how long Seasons was compared to 1. Zelda 1 was 13.27 hours. Oracle of Seasons was 16.17 hours, which is actually the longest Zelda game we've played other than Breath of the Wild so far. Link's Awakening, however, was a little bit longer than Zelda 1 at 13.55 hours. And Zelda 2 is our shortest so far with 8.92. It is including Second Quest, yes. Everything includes Second Quest, because it's part of the game! That's how that works. The boss? But I wanted to hang out a while longer. But I can head back. Jesus, that dude! I want that guy's jumping abilities. See, here's the question. Now you got me thinking about it. So if we do a sci-fi bent on a Zelda game, do you think there should be magic? Because magic and sci-fi aren't incompatible, as I've pointed out many times. So, for example, we could still have the Triforce. You know, there's nothing preventing that. See, me being me, what I'd probably do is I'd probably separate tech and sci-fi. And not just narratively, but gameplay-wise. Like, you have your tools and your kit, and then you have your spells, and the spells just function completely differently. Or have different functionality, or use a different resource, or something, and of course, look different. We're finally here. We're late. Get to work. No more breaks until the bridge is done. Yes, boss. I do love Nanomachine, son. Unironically, I think it's the best part of that whole game. Already done? I guess you fools can work. No time for breaks. On to the next job. Yes, boss. Where'd Ricky go? I don't know. Yeah, Armstrong is a tremendously good character, and I mean that with absolute sincerity. I didn't realize until recently his actor is pretty prolific, too. For a bunch of roles that you probably wouldn't think of. And we now have fast travel. I wouldn't say he barely gets any screen time, because the thing is, they pull that trick that Japanese games love to do, where, oh my god, I'm the villain at the last second. But man, he gets a crap ton of screen time right at the end of the game. So, well, he doesn't, he shows up like 5 times before the end of the game. But he makes a lot of use out of those 5 minutes. Or, sorry, I'm saying that wrong. He makes a lot of use out of when he shows up at the end of the game. That's what I meant. And yes, It Has to Be This Way is a great song. Fine, the truth then. I have a dream. God, that's such a great fight, too. Even in gameplay terms, it's completely different than pretty much every other fight you've fought up to that point. Like, the whole game, you're fighting samurais and ninjas and giant mechas. And then you fight a dude who's just this big, angry brawler. Nice, big, sweeping attacks, punching the crap out of you. Yeah, sorry, moving on. Yeah, you're fighting the Hulk, pretty much. No artistry. No fanciness. No anime cool factor. Just a dude winding up a punch and then doing a haymaker. The tuning nut's broken. What? Will you listen to my problem? The closer the Black Tower gets to completion, the stranger the city gets. When the tuning nut broke, the city fell out of balance. The volcano started erupting. The tuning nut's the city's symbol, but we dutifully worship. But the rules of Symmetry City require left and right be in perfect balance. But the tuning nut at the center of the city's broken. The city's out of balance. I don't get the... Yes. I don't actually like Jetstream Sam, to be totally honest with you. Left, sway right, move left, sway right, move right, sway left. I'm so skinny, I wish I could change. Okay. Yeah, Sam is there to warp the player. That's a pretty good way to put it. And of course, he's a samurai in a Japanese game. Of course he's super ridiculously powerful. Like that's the rule. Right? Like, if we've talked about this before, and this is not me making this up. If you're a samurai and or a ninja, you are just OP in Japanese games. Yeah, it is a very common role, and that's pretty much why Jetstream Sam is so ridiculous. I was injured by a rock that shot out in the eruption. If you want the tuning to it, go see my brother across town. Okay. Close to the Black Tower. The pleasure the stranger the city gets. When the nut broke, the city fell on the balance. You've actually said all this. Left and right have to be in perfect balance. My brother's too hurt to move, so I can't move either. If one brother goes somewhere, the balance between the left and right will be lost, but someone has to go. You can ignore the rules and leave the city. Can you take this to Patch? Thank you. I'll leave this to you. Patch lives at the top of the wall to the south. Sure thing, buddy. Yeah, it's by FromSoft, if I'm remembering correctly, Roy Ting. You know, Richard! God, what was the name of that game? Metal Wolf Chaos, that's it, Metal Wolf Chaos. A game that is far better than it has any right to be. Like, that game should suck. I am Toki. I research time. After many years of research, I'm one step away from perfecting a tune that lets you move forward in time, but it seems I've hit a roadblock. Echoes produce waves. What could it mean? It means nothing. My hearing isn't what it used to be. Oh, sorry, let's try that again. Getting a little closer this time. That's it, the tune of echoes. That's the tone my research lacked. It has answered my remaining questions. Now I can finish my tune. This is what it looks like if I try to sing. Yeah, ye of many tunes, I grant you a new tune. Time flows on when you play the tune of currents. When you play this tune, you'll immediately drift back to your own time. If you're in a place from which you cannot reach your own time, you return to the past. So now we can warp forwards. Ho, ho, ho. And yeah, Sam probably was intended to be a rival character, but as you say, I don't think he succeeded. I do think it's a bit of a shame that the Revengeance series has been dubbed non-canon and will never be continued, because honestly, I found the narrative of that way more interesting than, you know, Metal Gear Solid. Or at least where Metal Gear Solid went after 4, might be a better way to phrase that. A friend of mine was actually talking. I was actually talking about, hey, have you ever played Revengeance? And he said, no. After I played Metal Gear Solid 2, I just couldn't get into the rest of the franchise. Because he didn't like Metal Gear Solid 2. And I was like, okay, hold up. And that's true, Darkrai. But it did end on a little bit of a to be continued. Or maybe, and the adventure continues. But either way, it did not conclude definitively. Of course it is, Act. Now give me your money, or I'll kill you. It's okay, it's alright, because I'm strong enough to force you to do that, and that means I have the legal right to that. Like I said, I have a dream. I actually looked it up very recently, Czar, because I was looking something up regarding Armstrong. And yeah, no, it has since been declared non-canon. Shrug. As I've said many times, canon is just what the people who currently own the property say counts. Nothing more, nothing less. What does Kojima have to say about that? I have no idea. Why would he have a say in anything? He doesn't own Metal Gear Solid. And sometimes that's a good thing, and sometimes it's a bad thing. For example, I'm glad that Roddenberry couldn't decide what things were and weren't canon when it came to Star Trek. Because that would have been a nightmare. Death of the author, etc., etc. We're walking, we're walking. That's why I keep emphasizing the ownership thing, not the creator thing. It doesn't matter who created a work, whether they actually did or not. What matters is who owns it. No, I do not. Melkor Blade. Konami hasn't been in the video game business for some time. The only reason they would ever greenlight a Metal Gear Solid Revengeance 2 game would be if they could somehow monetize it for their gambling properties. Now, that's possible. You know, that as weird as that sounds, that is the kind of thing that could happen. They could be like, you know what, we need a new property. Because the idea for them is they use their IPs to push their machines. Because they know that a lot of the reason why their machines sell as well as they do is because it's a Castlevania, or because it's a Metal Gear, or whatever, pachinko machine. So people want to play that machine. So, not impossible. Erotic violence. I got nothing. Yeah, we'll see, Czar. We'll see if they're remakes. We'll see if they're good. Are they thriving? I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I haven't looked into Konami's financials in a while. Because I cover gaming companies. Oh, Ricky. Easy answer, Blue Dragon. Ricky's awesome. The bear is just eh. The Dodongo is even worse. One moment, please. I will say one other thing about Metal Gear Solid Revengeance that I'm not a big fan of. Raiden. I know, not liking Raiden is not exactly a landmark thing. But for real, they took a character I was already not a big fan of and just kind of ruined him. That's impressive, because it was already a character I didn't like. How? Spoilers, but... Ugh. And yeah, I heard about the gyms thing, Crazy Horse. No, it doesn't work that way, Zar. See, this is what we call an unrelated stream. I don't like to spoil things in unrelated streams. Because you might be okay with that, but there might be 10 or 15 or 50 other people who are not okay with that. And, of course, you know, there's the people watching the VOD who may or may not be okay with that. So the long and short of it is, not a fan of what they do with Raiden. The end. Neither or both, depending on how you look at it, Drags you. Characters I disliked who were made into characters I liked in a later entry. Well, I would be remiss if I didn't mention Midna, although obviously that was within her game. I'm actually having trouble coming up with anything here. It's easier to pick a character I liked that then was turned into a character I didn't like, because Jacob exists from Mass Effect. Yeah, Groose would also probably qualify. Although I never stopped hating Groose, but that's for unrelated reasons. Not you, late development. Yes, we've got to mug people, okay? This game taught me that mugging is okay and cool. Any made version of the Zelda cast I'm not a fan of? I don't think so. Most of the times, it's more like they're just non-characters, you know? So there's nothing there. Like, the biggest asterisk to that would probably be Wind Waker, for reasons I'll get to when we get there. I'm gonna visit sometime. I'm Patch, the restoration guru. Did you need me? Yes. I see you want to repair the tuning nut. My restoration ceremony might fix it. Want to try? Oh, no. Oh, no. Welcome to Patch's Crazy Cart. Will you partake in my ceremony? Yeah, tell me the rules. I'll place your nut on the green tile and recite the words of restoration. You must knock all the beasts that appear into a hole. Any hole. Restoration is delicate work. Your precious nut sits on these tracks. The cart starts moving when the ceremony begins. As long as you stand on the switch, the cart won't hit your nut. But if you don't get it, hits hit. Bang. So, we have to knock enemies in, but then hit the switch when it goes back around. Otherwise, death. Listen, Snot Kid must die. That's all I'm saying. Seriously, that kid is so gross. 0 out of 10. Negative 500 gold, remember. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Can't move, can't move, can't move, can't move! Oh god, okay, there we go. Ceremony succeeded. You were talented. You got through this ceremony. Here's your nut, as good as new. As usual, I am perfect. Thanks. I mean, if we're talking non-video games, I can think of a lot more. A lot of Star Trek characters started off as characters I didn't like and grew into characters I liked. Like Picard. And if you question that, please remember what early Picard was like. And early Riker. And early Worf. And early Data. Yeah, no kidding, Darkrai. Yeah, the volcano should calm down. I have to get that cave cleaned. Was anyone good in TNG Season 1? Geordi was okay, weirdly enough. And yeah, Crusher was fine, but mostly vacuous. A little different in the present. Level 4, Skull Dungeon. Naturally, Skull Dungeon is in a freaking volcano. But hang on, before we do that. I don't know, Q had some dips, too. I can remember Q-less, I think was it? The one where they killed the pink girl. The girl wearing pink. Because it would be wrong to save her life. That's not a joke, by the way. That's really, it's not my joke. Yeah, that's an episode that, if we had been using the modern terminology, would have gotten a lamentation status. 100%. What a mess. Do I have to be smaller? Okay, these kids are weird. Anyways. You know what? I've got one for you, Blade Javal. That's from a game. Isabella. She was a bit of a nothing burger in Dragon Age Origins, but she was still a character I didn't really care for. But she grew on me pretty hard. I don't know what did that. In Dragon Age 2. Actually, Cullen, while we're on the subject. Cullen's in all 3 games, and he just gets better in each game. Meryl would probably qualify, too. It's another good example. That's right. It's communist talk. Let's get out of here. There we go. Much more capitalistic. Hello, Giga. Welcome to capitalism, also known as being pooped on by birds. I've never liked Beetle. Not once, Melkorblade. The closest he's ever come to not being annoying was in Breath of the Wild. Thank you! Yeah, no, screw him. And in Wind Waker, I actively want to murder him. I could tell there was some adorable. My adorable senses were tingling. Okay. Now time to do the Giga Dungeon. Of course it's a volcano. Why wouldn't a place called Skull Dungeon be anything other than a volcano? So, a character I liked that I ended up not liking over time. So that's a little bit trickier. Let me think about that. I mean, tell me that just doesn't look like red pudding, Giga. Honestly. God dang it. Okay. It might be Kami talk there, Act. You a Pinko? You know, I'm sorry to change topics very briefly here, but I don't want an 80s Zelda, and I don't want to... Well, I mean, I kind of want a cyberpunk Zelda. You know what I really want? An Old West Zelda. Think about it for a second. God damn it. I mean, you're right, I want a good Zelda. But think about it. Think about the aesthetics and stylings of a Western. Oh my god. Frickin' flame keys. Yeah, Ganon is a rail baron. Zelda's from Far East. And of course, Link is a local sort. Just drifting through town. Primary gameplay is around the gunplay. Okay, so let's try to bomb this, I suppose. So we try to one thing. There we go. And now I need to tickle my niece. It cannot be breakfast time.
The eggs are done.
Are you sure?
Yes.
What about the bacon?
The bacon's done. The biscuits are done.
Wait, biscuits are done too?
Yep.
Is your hair done?
We can't eat hair.
We can eat hair. Well, I mean... Okay, look, I won't copy you, but I will eat your hair. Why do you eat? No, no, why do you tickle me? Why do you tickle me now? Aw, you win. Okay. Mwah.
What?
No, I am. Give me 1 sec, because I have to open this door, okay?
Pretty evil.
It is a very evil-looking door. Maybe we shouldn't open it.
Yeah.
Oh,
just see if there's any bad guys in there.
Alright, let's see if there's any bad guys. There's a bad guy! There's another one. Do you see him?
Yep.
Can't reach him. He's over. They're actually supposed to be bats.
Well, there's spider bats.
Come here, little bat. Let me eat you. Spider bats? That sounds terrifying.
Well, that's what they are.
Oh. Well, that just makes it all better then. What about those little slimes? What do we do about them?
Make them grow.
Okay, I think we got rid of the slimes. Should we throw the pots?
Yes.
Okay. Well, there's nothing in them. So I'm going to throw this in the lava. You ready?
We can't step in the lava.
That's right. Do you know why?
Yeah, okay.
Yes, because it's lava. I buy you. I actually didn't have breakfast. I was in a huge hurry this morning, and I still started late. I haven't played Wild Arms 1 since it came out, I think. Yeah, why don't we do a short pause? Let's just do a short pause. We'll be back.